house. And Diego, you from Mexico, isn't it?
It is. Yes, I'm from
Right.
Mexico.
So
That's correct.
hola, o cómo está?
Come again?
¿Cómo está?
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. Gracias.
Alright, good. Alright, so try to learn a bit Spanish here. So, Diego, can you share a bit about yourself if our friend never met you before? Yeah?
Okay. Well, I'm from Mexico. I'm a lawyer.
Oh.
I came here to University of Aberdeen to do Masters in Law in oil and gas law.
Uh-huh.
And so far, I love Scotland deeply.
I can see that you traveling and making a call now.
Yeah, actually, it's a lovely place to be. And I have enjoyed myself so much here. People usually complain about the weather, the place, everything, but I just find it lovely. I really like it, like everything, the people, the food, the friends, everything has been great here.
Oh, thank you for saying that. So no matter how you complain, it's gonna be the same. So have that beautiful and cheerful mindset. Okay, thank Diego. Can you share a bit about your journey? How did you come up with that Chevening and go to Scotland to study here?
Okay, well, I had the aspiration to study abroad since I was like really young, like around 10, 13 years old probably. I got the curious idea that I want to go abroad and do a master's at least or something like that.
Yeah.
I really have to do it. So I just kept going through, high school, university, college, everything, and just looking for the opportunity to go abroad and do my master's.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking for opportunities. Then I learned about Chevening, did more research about it, figured it was such a great thing to do, like to become a member of a community, a worldwide community, with people connected with the same kind of interest to develop their countries, to acquire knowledge, to apply it for a greater good. And I felt like it was a really noble cause, and really it was in line with my personal values and ambitions. So pretty much that was it. And then I look about all the requirements to applied, and also at the same time I was figuring out like what is the specialty that I want to take. I was working in a construction, infrastructure, and energy company at the time, so I came across with one project related to oil and gas, and figured it was just so complex, and I was mesmerized by it, and I said to myself, I remember like going through these massive contracts, think, wow, this is really complex, like the people drafting this should be genius. That's something I really would like to do, like to fully understand these kind of processes and conditions and stuff. And then I start figuring out like which will be the right place to study this, and I found Aberdeen, and pretty much everyone in the oil and gas industry is well aware of the existence of Aberdeen and the university as well. And then I found my program, a Master's in Law for oil and gas here in Aberdeen. So I just came to the right place to study, the right thing for me.
Alright, so it's a long journey, but it's a really short sharing. But I heard something you mentioned. You always wanted to go abroad to study, and you kind of somehow found the area that you wanted to focus on. So what the idea of studying abroad helping you in your life, and what is the reason behind it?
Well, it's always this idea of shipping yourself in this journey of going outside, and it really takes you out of your comfort zone, It really takes a toll on yourself. It's like pushing yourself harder, further, as you never thought before that you were able to do it, actually. It's just mm, taking the first step of not being in your comfort zone of speaking your language, just for instance. Okay, so it takes you to speak in another language, so you have to learn it, and not only learn it but to master it, to be able to effectively communicate. It also gives you the opportunity to meet other people from all over the world that have a different opinion than yours, but are at the same place pretty much for the same reasons that you are. So you share that with them, and all have different backgrounds. So you get a lot from other people, just listening to their stories, how their lives have been, and their drives, their motors, their inner motives, and it's a truly enriching experience. So I think it's almost like going out in a quest, you know.
Okay, lovely. Thank you for that metaphor. So I really like when you share about to be open and learn and step out your comfort zone. And the only way to, not the only way, but the good way to do it to experience in other culture and meeting other people. Oh, thank you for turning the camera around.
Yeah, sorry.
And I think that is the first interview that we're doing like on traveling tour. Thank you for showing all the. I love that. I think it's so. You disappear now. It's the only time, one time until now we have like a live tour. Okay, thank you. So you mentioned on that experience of traveling and meeting new people and setting up your comfort zone. So how did you convince Chevening about your leadership and whatever? How did you get the scholarship? So what do you think? What was the reason?
Well, I think that is not an honest question to pose to myself, but they should be asking the panel that then interview me, and maybe ask like, why do you choose this guy? I'm still intrigued, I'm still intrigued about like what made them choose me for Chevening. I'm truly grateful about it. I think they're the right people to answer you that particular question.
Okay, so alright, I need to ask them, right? Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, can you share your advice? Probably like when you apply for scholarship, did you learn something that you think you benefit for our friends who are going to apply?
Don't think about what people want to hear or what they want to read. Just try to be authentic in that sense. I don't know. I don't know how far that can take you, particularly, but it's a personal policy that I have always. Because I don't know, if you try to write down these truly inspiring personal statements about you, just think that everyone else trying to get that same scholarship is doing the exact same thing. At some point, yeah, I'm pretty sure that by that time, every member of the panel going through the personal statements and letters and stuff, they sort of detect a pattern in them. Okay, so they're not going to be impressed anymore. They have been reading those for the past 20 years. Probably some of them truly inspiring, some of them really bad, but pretty much everyone got the same concept. Okay, so try to be different in the sense of being you, just being you. Introduce yourself, present yourself in a very authentic way. Even if you think, well, I know I have a couple of friends that are applying for Chevening as well, and they have these impressive extracurricular activities, and they were the presidents of their students' associations back in university, and they have fundraising organizations nowadays, and they seem to these very people that you really looked up to them, and then you compare yourself to them, and it's like, well, maybe I have to push myself a bit further and make me look better in the paper. Don't do that. Just be yourself, really. Trust yourself. And
thank you for sharing that powerful, authentic power. And that actually, like, I think a lot of misconception about that, because when we have the pressure to apply for something, we try to learn, and at the same time we lose the advantage of being ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
even today, like Diego gonna share with you amazing thing, but don't try to be Diego. Be yourself, and just be yourself, and that is your advantage. Yeah, 100% agree, and really happy to hear that. So you were you. So can you share about how did you kind of like make them see your authentic power? What was that? What was that?
About the authenticity.
Yeah.
How was well? It really took me a lot, like, to figure out about leadership and examples of leadership, because I so far I thought, okay, maybe what I did is pretty straightforward. I so far I don't think I have touched someone's life and changed it forever. Okay, which will be like for me, for instance, like the true definition of being a leader, right? Not just being the boss, but actually being a leader, to be able to move people, to be someone that calls to their inner motives and set everything in motion into that person. I really had a hard time looking back in my life and trying to find an example of that. I really couldn't, so I just did my best and presented everything that I have done so far, and some decisions that I was able to pull in the companies I used to work for, or some private public organisms that I was participating in, a couple of ideas that I was able to push and to turn them into tangible projects, stuff like that, basically.
Thank you for sharing about
whatever you do just counts.
Okay, so you mentioned that anything that you have done should be counted, and you should not underestimate something that you have done. So is this yeah?
Yes, exactly.
Wow,
yeah,
lovely.
like really don't think short of yourself, even if you think like there's not so much to give or to impress the panel to get the scholarship. Just be yourself, and maybe you haven't done anything great so far because either maybe you are too young for it.
Yep.
Maybe you haven't been in the right time and the right moment with the right people just to do it. But it's in you. And I believe that people in panels conducting the interview are really good on sensing this ability in people. Okay, so it doesn't matter that you haven't done anything so far. It doesn't mean that you wouldn't do it in the future. Right?
Yeah, and notice that they said like future leader and future influencers. They don't say like leader. They use future. So as long as you have desire. So can you share about your future desire to make impact and influence contribution? What's that? And how excited is you?
Well, that's something I'm still working on and building. You know, I have this very ambitious goal of actually setting a difference. I think pretty much as every Chevener, I dream of participating in the evolution of my country and being able to set some pillars, some groundstone to actually let something beautiful to grow. But you know, and I know I won't be able to do it myself. So it's very nice that now I have the support and all these people from Chevening on my back, helping me to push forward. You know, I have all other fellow scholars and members of the Chevening network that little by little we can all contribute to create something great.
Thank you for saying that. It's beautiful. So it's a message to our friends. Also, it's a power of collaboration and attending Chevening for studying, also for involving the network and something bigger in the future. Yeah. So for me something in Vietnam or Mexico, Right. So you mentioned on the leadership, and what about the interview? Can you share a bit? How did you enter that interview, and what do you think that future Cheveners should maybe notice? Yeah.
Well, basically, I treated the interview like with a very particular mindset. uh, it I cannot think about it as going to a job interview. So you really want to get it, although you don't know if you're going to get it. Despite you said the right words, you build rapport with the people, everything went smooth, you had an answer for everything, but still you won't get it. Okay?
What happened?
So that's something that you don't know. I mean, obviously you're pushing hard for it. You desire it and you want it with all your heart. Okay, you have been working for years, building a career, and going through the development of all these skills of leadership and lateral thinking and stuff. Everything that matters for the Chevening panel. But you know that you just might not get it. I mean, so you don't need to feel bad about yourself. So the only thing you can do is just march in, greet everyone with a huge smile, present yourself confidently and saying, here I am. Now let's do this. Okay, and just take it as it comes and endure it. I mean, they're going to punch you a little bit just to see how you react and how well do you manage and how do you behave under pressure. But something that you really have to be aware of is these people don't want you to fail. Okay, so even if you feel, and I know, because I know a lot of people got really nervous, and it's like, oh, they pitch me an awful question, like if they want me to trip, like they were mean to me, like I mean, they're not mean. It's just a game of being mean. They really don't want you to fail. They just want to let you know, to be aware how far you can go, which is the better version of you. They're just pushing you to your limits just to see what lies beyond, not because they want to see you laying flat on your back. So I think that will be my very first recommendation to everyone reaching the point of going to the interview. Just be brave, be bold, and truly, these people don't want to see you fail. So just give them the best version of you and don't work it too much. Don't overdo it. Just
thank you. I love that when you say people don't want you to. This is 100% true. Like the people that they actually want to invest and give you money to study, but then they want you to just really be you and express ability. So yeah, ever think like they're gonna be like killing you. Wow.
I got to admit, at some point it does feel like that. Okay. I mean, but you just have to remember, they're pushing the envelope just to see what lies beyond.
Yeah, let's think about, like, they have money, they want to invest, and they want to look for the people who actually can make the best out of that investment. So that's
exactly.
Yeah, beautiful. So let's move a bit now. We finished with the application. So we go to UK to study. So what's your advice to make the best out of the 1 year in the UK? What did you do and how did you do it so well? What's your tips here?
Okay, well, very first thing is enjoy being here. Like, please don't be miserable. Yeah, no, and I mean, it's not only. I know. Some people are going to tell you like, traveling is actually enjoying, or I don't know, like you have to be out, or my program was very challenging. I didn't have that much time to go out and have a nice time. Like, no, that doesn't even matter. Like that is secondary. The very fact is, appreciate that you are here. Like,
you already travel.
Just, I like to travel. I'm crazy about traveling. Okay, but I haven't been able to do it like as much as I would like to. Probably that's the only area of opportunity when it comes down to the scholarship, the travel restriction. But aside from that, everything is wonderful. I mean, you just take the adventures right here. For you, probably it looks all gloomy and okay,
I love
terrible.
That. At least we have some airs,
Right, but here, I don't know. For instance, my experience here in Aberdeen is just the happiest, nicest place on earth.
Yeah.
Okay, the weather is terrible. You come to terms with it. and afterwards you're fine. Okay, once you realize that every day is going to be either windy, cloudy, or rainy, or all three at the same time,
Yeah.
and take yourself to that idea and push yourself to go out, then you enjoy it. On the other hand, everything is green all the time, which is lovely as well. Okay, so I think that's it. I have enjoyed my time here in Aberdeen so much, and it's not only because of being in the university and because of my lectures. No, it has been because of the people that I have met here,
All right.
because of the new routine that I built here in Aberdeen, the city as well. Like, just go out from my flat and go to the university, admire the architecture of the university, and I was able to do that every single day. It doesn't matter like how hard my finals were going or whatever. I was still able to walk through the park because that was in the middle of my way to the university. The architecture of the university, it was there. Like, I didn't have to do anything, just walk in and it will welcome me every single day. Okay, so that's it. Like, just learn about enjoying the small things, and then you'll be fine, I think.
Yeah.
That's what really makes you enjoy this. Enjoy even the food. Enjoy going out with your friends, and you'll have these beautiful memories going back of at 3 a.m. walking back to your flat looking for a kebab or something like that. Probably those were the worst kebabs in the world. Okay, but somehow they have a special place in your heart now. Okay.
All right. Thank you for saying about the little thing, but it's very enjoyable. So if we can appreciate even like every single day, a little thing like that, but it matters in life. It's a very enjoyable time. So how did you make your academic life and your life somehow like we will co-balance or something? So how did you really manage that well? Do you have any particular routines that you mentioned or habits that support you on that journey?
Well, all the approaches that I took failed, so I have to come up with new ones every single time. So first I tried what I called the office approach, which was just treating this as I was my work and try to go on the same routine that I was used to over the past years working. So it was basically waking up really early, going to the gym, go to class, spend the day in the university, and then around 5-6 o'clock come back home and just do something nice for yourself, like watch TV, read a book, go out with your friends, I don't know, then go to bed early, and then that's it, and enjoy the weekend. Of course, please enjoy the weekends. Okay. But then something turned out not that great, and I was figuring out like, okay, maybe this approach is not the right one. Okay, things are not seem like spinning in the right direction, so let's adjust it. So it became more flexible and more on demand and depending on the situation. So if the academic burden was too high, then you have to suspend going out and stuff and then just dedicating to your studies. Maybe switching the time that you go to the gym and maybe doing it during the afternoon or maybe doing late at night. So it's just about adjustment and finding what is right for you. Like I have friends that will sleep the entire day and then work throughout night, and that worked for them, and they were not able to do that in the real world. Like, you can't go work to a company saying, okay, I won't come here from 9 to 5, I better do it from the opposite. Okay. It's not going to work like that. So here you have the opportunity to be yourself, enjoy being yourself, and find what is right for you. You'll find the right times when you are most aware of. I also remember like being on finals and saying, I just can't believe that I feel drowsy just after 5 hours of reading something, when back in my job I was able to spend 16 hours, 18 hours in the office.
Wow.
And still being functional as a human being. and here we get only 5 hours. I'm dashed, and then it hit me. It's like, yes, back in your work, you knew exactly what you were doing. Here you're learning. So that is an activity far more demanding than just executing, right? Because here you have to read it, understand it, not falling asleep while reading it, and then realizing what it says and go on. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
yes.
for saying about the flexibility. Yeah. So no matter what you, maybe some habits or routines great, then fundamentally we want to get things done, and it's about flexibility, because if something happens, we still can get things done. Beautiful. So what did you learn from that journey? What is the thing that you learn and you think that is great lesson for you and bring back home? Yeah.
Something I have learned from life. Well, I think for myself it's more important to be able to be in touch with people. Okay. Like really make the most out of the people that are here with you. Either Chevening, non-Chevening scholars, whatever. Just really, because everyone here doing a master's degree in the UK, most of them are international students. They are going to be here for pretty much the same reason as you're doing, because they want to move forward in their lives. They want to really boost their careers. They want to build something great, either for them, for their families, for their nations. So you all share that common goal, and you are here just sponsored by different people, different organizations, but you are sharing the same aim, and you all chose the UK because you found a great university to study exactly what you felt it was your calling. So I think you'll take more from that people back in life than what you will do from any book. Now, please don't twist my words saying Diego recommended not studying and not being a diligent academic. No. Please, no. You have to study hard and go do well with your grades, but still, don't obsess about the school. There's so much going on around you in your university with your friends that just shut yourself into a room going crazy about acing every single course and getting your top score. It's very nice. Do it if you can, but don't shut yourself to the world, really. You will never have another experience like this and another chance to do this. You can go back to your home country, study another master's, another PhD, and then be reclusive and just stay in your room and very focused and only driven. You can do that there, okay? Because nothing great else is going to happen outside, okay? You're going to be talking the same language, eating the same food, seeing your family, your same friends, doing the same thing you do every day. Here you don't. It's 1 year that you can take out of your life and live in an alternative reality. Okay, where everything is wonderful, everything is paid for. You just have to be here. So really do it, embrace it, take the most out of it.
Wow, thank you. So if you want to be in your room, go back home, to speak. But anyway, this is a great point, because ultimately we want to do things in real life, and if we can learn from the people out there and have been doing things, so it would be great. And that is also the reason why Chevening wants us to be here, to be networking and learn from others, and bring back that to our country. So now you're going to go back your country soon. So what is the thing that you think that will Chevening in that transition time from now until you go back home, how is important? And it would be the last question for today, though.
I didn't hear you very well the last time.
Yeah, what is the important thing during that transition time from now you finish the program and going back home? What is the important thing, and what is the thing that you can share?
The important thing, I think that'll be it. Just this moment. And yes, pretty much that's it. While being here, you face a lot of situations that you think that are going to be there forever, and then you start forgetting about cherishing them. So that is, seize the moment.
Oh, wow,
really,
thank you.
I think that'll be it, and that's something you can take for the rest of your life, and it can follow you through your days. Like really appreciate the small things. Truly appreciate them, because that is what can change immediately and never be the same back again.
How did you learn that? I'm curious. Yeah, I really like admire that moment or being present. How did you learn that? Yeah, can you share?
Well, it's going to sound a bit dumb, but because of the weather here in Scotland, okay, and the vegetation, it's beautiful. So I remember I came in September last year, and here in Scotland, particularly in Aberdeen, it felt like the summer was gone a long time ago, and we were like in autumn. Later I learned that autumn was still waiting ahead, but for me it felt like autumn already. And I remember marching into university, and there's this beautiful building called New Kings that has an ivy on the facade of it. It looks beautiful. So at the beginning when we arrived, the ivy was greenish and turning a bit yellow. And in just a matter of days, like in 2 or 3 days, the whole ivy turned red. This beautiful crimson tone, okay? And I remember I went through it was a sunny day, something accidental here in Scotland. So it was a sunny day, and I was passing by the campus. It was a weekend, and I looked at the ivy. It was all red. It looked beautiful with the blue sky in the back. And I said, like, no, I really don't feel like taking a minute to take a picture right now. It looks beautiful, but it's going to be there tomorrow. So I took like one picture and then walk away. Little did I know is that after that, it rained and it was cloudy like for an entire week. And then all the leaves of the ivy were gone. After 2 or 3 days. So if I haven't took that picture in that particular moment and fought against my laziness of taking out my cell phone and just taking the photo, I would have missed it. Wow. I wouldn't have the chance to take that photo and to see that building with the blue sky, the sun, and all the red leaves. Because after 3 days, they were blown away by a very powerful wind that came by. And it was gone. Wow. And that same thing kept on happening every single time here. So I really learned, that's how I learned it.
Oh, thank you.
If you see something, just do it that moment. Don't procrastinate. It takes a lot to push you out of the comfort zone, to take you away from whatever plans you have, but if something really suddenly comes across your way and just identify it as an opportunity, just do it. Like everything else will still be there and will be waiting for you, but that particular opportunity won't be. So just take it. It will be as silly as taking a photograph. It will be huge as changing from a new job or deciding to go study to a different place or filling your Chevening applications for hours and then hopefully get your scholarship a year later.
Wow, thank you. Alright, so it's a great moment to end today's interview. Maybe we have a chance to catch up with you when you go back your country to see like what happening there. And really thank you for mentioning about being authentic and be really present and take that action in the moment. So now you had a meeting, right? So don't keep you longer. So say hi and bye to our friends, Diego. Thank you for your sharing today. It means a lot to us. Yeah.
Anytime you need it, Jen. It was my pleasure, truly. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to take you to take a look of the most beautiful scenery of Aberdeen. Yeah, but at least I was able to manage to get this part for you guys.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful, and I really appreciate that our video today have that natural and car going around. Normally it's all the way in the room and with the wood, so now today we have a bit like more lively atmosphere. So thank you for that. Yeah. So have a great meeting and see you soon.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
See you soon. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you for everything.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, my friends, and don't forget to support the channel by subscribing so I can share with you more tools and techniques in the next videos, and put all the tools and techniques into practice to advance your life, and share with us what are your tips. And download this guide, One Page Achiever, the tool to help you to plan your day, take control of your day to increase your productivity. And make sure you grab my book, Non-Stop Loving, Living and Giving Every Single Moment of Life. Beautiful story about my sibling and the Goal Achiever, the ultimate 9 steps to help you to achieve a personal goal, particularly a full scholarship. And this guide unleash your passion to help you free your mind, free your doubts, free your fears, free your limiting beliefs, to live with passion, with vibrant, with full potential every moment of life. I see you in the next videos. Don't forget to non-stop living meaningfully, loving openly, and giving joyfully every moment of life. Love you.